Virgo, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first visit. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your weekly read. We're using the Linestrider Tarot. It is a weekly read for a Virgo placement Sun, Moon, Rising, and it's general, so if it doesn't resonate, don't force the fit. It's hard to get very specific on this stuff when there are just millions of you out there. So we'll see what we have for general guidance, energies that are out there around Virgos right now. And we'll pull a couple cards from the Affirmators deck after. The larger Affirmators deck is just general knowledge, general guidance from Spirit, and the smaller deck is what gift does the universe want to give you this week? I'll just get one more card for you. There we go. Interesting week for you, I think. Looks like you may be needing to contact an expert for some help with a legal matter. It's sort of, I don't always read it that way. Justice can be about just kind of balancing the scales, finding a better balance in your life. But here, with the Three of Pentacles, you're working with someone who perhaps has more skill than you do in a particular area. Working with somebody to resolve a legal matter is what this really feels like for you this week. So this doesn't necessarily mean you're going to court, but there may be something of a legal nature that you need to address. I could speculate, but really it's hard to say. You could be closing on a house. You could be filing a restraining order. You could be seeking some resources that you have to go and get a court order in order to get access to those resources. You could get married even because you'd need somebody, skilled in an area you're not skilled in order to perform that function of filling out the paperwork or performing the service or whatever. So there are a million different reasons that you may need some assistance from someone with more skills in a particular area in relation to a legal matter. So I don't want to really say what that is. Hopefully it resonates for you and you know what it is, but I can't really say specifically from 4 cards what that might be. There's a sense of movement after some long delay. After a period of no movement or very little movement, things are starting to move again. So maybe that has something to do with resolution of this legal matter. There are some unknowns. There's a sense that there's a conflict here a little bit between the domestic and the wild, between the sense that these are the rules and we follow the rules, and the sense that it doesn't matter what the rules are. I know what's right. I know in my heart what matters. I know the truth of the matter, and I can't necessarily articulate it in your structure. I can't necessarily give you the specific information with regard to which rules apply here, but I know what's right. I just know in my heart what's right. And this is why, because of this, you may need somebody who knows all of those rules and can take what you feel passionately and what you know and help you put them into a structure that's going to get you the justice that you deserve. That's really what I'm sensing here. Try to think of some other way to interpret these, but it really does feel like whoever I'm picking up on has some legal matter they're trying to resolve. They have somebody new of an expert nature to assist them with finding justice, and that this is something that's been going on a long time, but it's starting to move again. So that's kind of nice that you're starting to move toward a resolution here. Let's take one of these Affirmator cards, put a little humor into the situation, a little message from Spirit for Virgo. A bit more of a message for Virgo. We have divine timing. Let's see. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. So this, I think, is reflecting for me this Eight of Wands energy, that you've been waiting for something and that you know you can't really force it and you can't make it go faster even though you'd like to, and that you trust the timing. And that's good because you've been trusting the timing to work in your favor, and that things will in time resolve themselves, and now we're starting to see that things are resolving themselves, which is fantastic. All right, just find your gift from the universe for this week. I think it's this one. Sort of goes along with that. Patience. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. So, things are starting to move, but you may still be called upon to use this gift of patience as you're moving forward in this process toward justice, working with this professional. Yeah, I don't see another interpretation here. There's something that you've wanted resolved. It doesn't necessarily have to be a court case, but it's something where you feel like justice hasn't been done yet, and you have been patient. You're given an extra dose of patience by the universe now to help you through as you're waiting for this divine timing to come along and work things out. And there are some things you can't necessarily see here. There are things that you just know intuitively, and this expert will help you to find the structural rules or process that needs to be followed for you to reach that space of justice that you've been long knowing was coming and hoping very much would work out in your favor. So I think that's what I have for you, Virgo. Hope that it's helpful. Thanks for supporting the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We'll see you next week. Blessings.